Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Um, Time for another video. Now, we've seen yet another Wells Fargo scandal of fraud and deception. Um, was this Wells Fargo awash in scandal faces violations over car insurance refunds? So the article here says Wells Fargo, the scandal plagued bank, is facing new regulatory scrutiny for not refunding insurance money owed to people who paid off their car loans early, according to people briefed on the inquiry. So these are the people that we are allowing to hold our money. Not just Wells Fargo, but other companies like them. Here's another article here. Wells Fargo may have found more fake accounts created by employees. So this was a scandal, I think, last year where Wells Fargo employees were encouraged and incentivized to uh, open fraudulent bank accounts in the names of customers who hadn't requested them. Um, Here's another article here. This is the New York Times. Here's another article here. Wells Fargo is accused of making improper changes to mortgages, and these are the people who trust our money to. Again, um, how people continue to hold their money here, I have no idea. Um, we've seen various bank scandals and crashes in Europe. Um, Last year in Cyprus, we had this banking scandal. Here, this is what is this? They decided to levy, that is, tax the depositors who had bank accounts valued at over 100,000 euros, 47.5%. Uh, so they just basically went in. They call it a haircut. They just basically went in and stole their money. They taxed them 47% uh, of their savings, and forced them to buy bonds in a bank that is failing. Um, all right. Here's another one. Um, we continue to see these stories. Greece orders banks closed, imposes capital controls to stem deposit flight. These these are capital controls. We've seen this in China, in Venezuela, in Argentina, in Argentina. Um, and I mean, here's some more goodies that they have in store for us. Let's see. EU explores account freezes to prevent runs at failing banks. This is what they're telling you that they have in store for your money, and we continue to keep our banks here, our money in these banks. Insane. I know Americans are going to say, well, that can't happen here. Okay, well, yes, it can. According to this article here at kitco.com, says if you have money in the U.S. bank account, beware. Uh, the article says Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act of 2010 is better known as the Frank-Dodd Act to the American public. What the American public does not know is that it codifies a bail-in provision that ensures that the United States can conduct the type of bail-in that we saw in Cyprus. So that incident where people were taxed 47.5% on their savings, it's written into the Dodd-Frank Act. Um, so no, it's definitely coming here, but we'll get to more. But we'll get more to that later. But more on that later. Here's another article. Americans warn bank bail-ins coming. So I mean, What we have here? I mean, we've seen India take its money out of circulation, 80% of its money out of circulation. Oh no, couldn't happen here. Well, guess what? According to Larry Summers, who's Larry Summers? Larry Summers is uh, he's a Charles W. Eliot University professor at Harvard University and former Treasury Secretary and Director of the National Economic Council in the White House. He's talking about it's time to kill the $100 bill in the name of fighting terrorism and money laundering, etc., etc. Uh, as far as as far as more evidence of capital controls coming to the United States. Here's a proposed bill that was just proposed. Proposed bill requires that travelers declare Bitcoin at the U.S. border. This is this is an article here. There was a gentleman about 4 years ago who was stopped by TSA agents because they allegedly saw Bitcoin in his bag. Okay, so anyway, so solutions. Um, oh yeah, so the Federal Reserve, the Federal Reserve Bank, um, in this article here, uh, is actually going through bank failure drills in order to prepare for a bank failure in the United States. This article here says was that Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen and the Bank of England Governor Mark Cherney. Uh, they they in a meeting hosted by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation uh, took part in a bank failure drill. So if these occurrences were not possible in the United States, then why are they dedicating resources to these to such an occurrence? Look, people are in denial. I don't know whether people are too full of fluoride or just not paying attention, but they are preparing for such events: economic crisis, bank failures, bail-ins. So what do you do to protect yourself? Well, solutions. I've I am a big fan of goldmoney.com. Um, let's log in here. Okay, finally. Okay. Um, right. So here's my gold money account. I have several uh, grams of gold stored in various vaults around the world. I have a few grams in a vault in Dubai, in Singapore, and in Zurich, Switzerland. the Dubai Vault is the one that holds cryptocurrency, that makes cryptocurrency purchases. And the thing I like about them is, let's look at the deposit section here. The site is not all the way, it's not all the way logged in. Okay, there you go. Okay, all right. So let's make a deposit real. Well, not make a deposit. We'll just check it out. Okay, in the Dubai Vault, you can make a deposit in cryptocurrency, not just Bitcoin, but various cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Augur, BitShares, Blackcoin, Dash, Dogecoin, Ether, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin, Monero, Ripple, Redcoin, etc., etc. Okay, so this vault accepts many cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin. Here's another website that's an alternative. This is called Uphold, formerly BitReserve. Okay, you can hold various cryptocurrencies as well as other currencies from other foreign countries. They even have a Bitcoin Cash card that they've recently updated into the system. So let's make a deposit into them real quick. Let's select the Bitcoin card. Let's add funds. Let's add with cryptocurrency. Use the Bitcoin network. They generate an address. You put the address into your wallet. You make your deposit. Let's send over $30. Oh, not enough. Okay. Okay. Send over $28. Okay. Whoosh. Off it goes. You can check out your activity here. And yep, there it is. Okay, so I just sent over Bitcoin. Go back to the dashboard. And the yellow dot here shows that it's pending. All right, so you can make a deposit. You can save your money here uh, as easy as that. You can even save US dollars here if you want. So with that, I'll end my video here. If you like my content, like, share, subscribe, and links will be in the description for the articles that I shared this morning. So.